Have you thought about how I put my plans for each week and how I get these plans done? All right, so that's what we're gonna talk about today. So if that's some content you would like to see, keep on watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video I am going to share how I get things done each week. Now this was requested by 4 of my followers or subscribers on the channel. They wanted to know, how am I able to work a 40-hour-a-week job, get videos done, do sew-alongs and all that good stuff. So I'm going to take you kind of like into how I get these things done. All right. So make sure you go and get a notebook so you could take notes on how you can execute these plans that you want to get done with your sewing projects. All right. Now, before we get started, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, ciao, guten tag, aloha, hola, konnichiwa, wagwan, sambonani, salom, bonjour. If you are returning, you know what to do. Go get you a quick snack, something to drink. Come on back so we could go, and make sure you have your notebook, okay? Come on back so we could go ahead and get into how I plan my sewing projects, okay? So without further ado, and I have my notes here because I'm just gonna kind of take you into a week of how I plan, and then you can do the same thing, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, so I'm gonna break it down into how I plan my schedule. Now, I'm going to take you back now. I am actually filming this. Today is April the 11th, okay? Tuesday, April the 11th. All right, so I'm gonna actually take you back to the week where I did 2 sew-alongs. So the two sew-alongs that I did was the Business Wardrobe series, and that pattern was Simplicity 9690. And then I also did the first sew-along for the Make 9 2023, and that pattern was Simplicity 9705, where I did a sew-along for that top. And the reason why I'm taking you back to that is because you would probably figure out, like, how was you able to get 2 sew-alongs together? All right. And then I'll bring you up to speed like this week. All right. So I'm going to go back to that week. So during that week, I knew, now normally I like to post videos Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Okay. So with that being said, I'm actually going to go back to that week and tell you how I was able to get those 2 sew-alongs done. So I am back on that week. All right. So that was week number 12. And I actually keep everything I plan on doing in a 5-subject notebook. That's number 1. Go get you a 5-subject notebook. Okay. Then you could plan how you want things done. Now, you guys know I work full time. I do YouTube videos. I edit all my videos. My daughter will do my thumbnails for me for the most part, or whatever. So I do kind of have a little help with thumbnails and photos, but everything else I am behind the scenes doing myself. Okay, so the graphics that you guys see for my thumbnail, majority of the time, my daughter will put the colors together, and all I have to do is Q&A to make sure that it looks right for the thumbnails for my YouTube videos. Outside of that, she's doing photos, you know, when it's photo day, you know what I mean? Outside of that, I'm doing everything else myself. So I juggle quite a bit of things. So I want to go back to week number 12 when I posted those 2 sew-alongs. All right. So week number 12, Tuesday. So the days that I posted a video was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So on Tuesday, I posted the sew-along. No, actually Tuesday, I posted my sewing plans that week. Okay. So if you really want to know what date this is, I'm going back to March the 21st, the week of March 20th to March 26th. So on Tuesday, March the 21st, I posted my weekly sewing plans. So on Tuesday, when I posted my weekly sewing plan, I actually filmed that video on Monday. Monday morning before I went to work, I filmed the intro, and because I was just doing a sit down, I didn't go over to the table. I filmed that entire video in the morning. When I say in the morning, I'm talking about I filmed that entire thing at 6:45, 7 o'clock a.m. Why? Because my kids are getting ready. They're out of my way. I don't have to make breakfast until about 7:15, 7:30. So it gave me enough time to sit right here where I'm at to film that video, okay? Now, still speaking of that weekly plans video, I normally film my weekly plans video Monday morning, okay? When I get home from work, I edit my video around 6:30, 7 o'clock at night to post the next day on Tuesday. I know you're figuring like, Rochelle, you have the whole weekend. Why didn't you do that? And I'll tell you why. I like to do it because most of the time on the weekends, I'm planning for the next week. So I don't want to put a video together Saturday or Sunday and possibly change it, okay? Monday is quicker for me to decide what I want to sew. Most of the time, I already know what I'm going to sew. So my Tuesday videos are filmed the day before on Monday morning, and edit Monday night, okay? That's normally what happens for my weekly plans video. Now, what I do is for that week, I actually recorded the weekly plans video Friday on the 17th, that Friday after I got off of work. I edit the video on the 18th, the next day. The day that I edit my videos, I also create my thumbnails for the video and write my description for my YouTube video, okay, in the description box, right? What I do is I normally write it out on Word document and then copy and paste into the description box for YouTube. So that's what I normally do. And then I normally schedule my posting the night before it's actually supposed to be premiered, okay? So I actually scheduled that for the 20th to post on the 21st of March, all right? Now, that's Tuesday video. Wednesday, I went ahead and posted the reel for the color block dress. Now, I did a whole pattern review or whatever, so everything was done already. All I had to do was put a quick reel together. So it didn't take that much time to do that. It probably took me every bit about 15 minutes to put the entire reel together. So I'm not gonna even talk about how to do reels. You could figure that out yourself, okay? So Thursday, I posted the sneak peek of the early spring pattern for the next day. And that's just basically a reel too that I did, okay? So all of that, you could just put a couple of clips together and be good when it comes to reel. Let's go to Thursday. So Thursday I did the sew along for the beginner friendly fitted top, and that was Simplicity 9705. I posted that on March the 23rd, okay? So this is the breakdown of how that entire sew along went. So I filmed the entire sew along first. I filmed that sew along on March the 16th and 17th for that entire top, okay? So I took 2 days to film that entire sew along. After I filmed it on the 16th and the 17th, on the 18th, I recorded my intro, my photos, and my outro. What that means is I basically, because I had the top on, I can now take my photos in the morning before I went to work, is what I did. I completely filmed the entire intro and the outro for the video that same morning, okay? Because everything else was done the night, I'm sorry, not the night, but 2 days before I actually recorded the intro and the outro and took my photos, okay? That was on the 18th. On the 19th, I edit the entire video. What that means is I edit the intro, the outro, and all the meat and potatoes in between. When I say the meat and potatoes in between, that's the entire sew along, okay? So then on the 22nd is, because everything's edited, I go through and watch one last time before I get ready to post to make sure that everything is where I want it to line up at, whether that be photos, transitions, all of that stuff into the video. Now, one tip I will tell you is never edit a video when you're halfway tired, okay? I have done that before and noticed that something was off when it's time to play back. When it comes to sew-alongs, allow yourself a day and a half for editing. And the reason why I say that, when I say a day and a half, edit half of it, depending on how long your sew-along is. If you do videos like I do, allow a day and a half. When I say a day and a half plus 1 day before you decide to post, okay? So normally when I'm doing a sew along, I allow a day and a half to edit, the next day for me to watch it all the way through to make sure that everything lines up where I need it to be. And then the following day, I'm going to post it, okay? So that's what happened here. So I edit my video on the 19th and the posting date was actually the 23rd. So on the 20th, I created the thumbnail because I already took photos and everything. I created the thumbnail. Actually, my daughter created the thumbnail, to be honest with you. I wrote the description out that I want for the bottom content of my YouTube video. And then I also wrote out what I wanted to say on Instagram as well. So I do that all in the same day. Sometimes I can get it done at my lunchtime. I maximize my time throughout the day. Sometimes I will take my laptop with me to work and actually sit at like Starbucks or Panera Bread or something like that, or even McDonald's. Don't eat. Don't eat. But I will definitely like get some coffee or something like that and actually work, you know, on descriptions and stuff like that for the time that I'm on lunch, okay? And then I posted the video on the 23rd, all right? So if you think about it, from the actual sew along to the posting, about a week, okay? Don't think that I'm doing all of this in one day because it is not gonna happen, not over here. And then Sunday, so I'll just backing it up a little bit. So my Tuesday videos are normally filmed on Monday morning and edit that night. My Thursday's videos, depending on what it is, I normally film my Thursday videos. If it's not a sew along, right? Let's just say that I am like, let's take this week or last week actually. My Thursday video pattern haul, right? Normally I film that same pattern haul first thing in the morning. If it's a pattern haul or a fabric haul, I will like literally, when it comes to pattern hauls, I film all of that in the morning before I go to work. When it comes to fabric haul, I will film the intro and the outro of the video before I go to work. When I come back home from work, I will film, if I have to do something at the actual table, my cutting table and sewing table, I will definitely film that when I get home immediately. Same outfit on and everything, nothing different or anything. I will film that when I get home because I have an agenda of what I'm going to do, okay? So patterns and fabric is normally filmed in the afternoons normally, but the intro and the outro is normally filmed in the morning, okay? Fresh in the morning when it's on my brain, okay? So let's go to Sunday video. So that same week on Sunday, I did a sew along for the business wardrobe series, right? And for that one now, it was Simplicity 9690. So what that looks like is I had everything done for the previous sew along, the fitted top. I had everything done by the 20th. So on the 21st, now I posted that video on the 26th. So on the 21st, I cut both the top and the bottom. I sewed it together on the 22nd of March. I edit the video on the 23rd of March, right? The same day that I posted the other video, I'm editing the next video. I took photos the 24th and I watched it through and everything on the 25th and posted it on the 26th. So I scheduled for posting on the 25th to post on the 26th. So that's what it looks like when I have a week where I'm doing sew along, all right? Let's talk about like this week. Like today is April the 11th. So I'm just gonna kind of like dive into this week of how I get things done, all right? So I'm gonna actually tell you what's coming up this week in my agenda. Like I said, I have a 5-subject notebook with all of my stuff in it. When I say all my stuff, it's nothing but sewing stuff, okay? So it's not like I'm showing you an agenda with a whole bunch of stuff and appointments or anything like that. No, girl, okay? No, no, no. We're just going to tell you the meats and the potatoes of what you need to know, all right? So the week of the 11th, so basically yesterday was Monday. So I'm just going to tell you kind of like how I have all of this stuff done, all right? Just to give you an example, all right? So let's talk about Tuesday video where I posted the fabric haul from House of Mommy Wata. You guys already hit me up and was like, girl, these fabrics are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those that are still available, they're in the description box below. And you can go over to House of Mommy Wata and get you some fabric if you choose so. It's not my fault, okay? So if you go ahead and spend your whole paycheck, don't look at me and be like, Rochelle, it's your fault. No, it's not, boo-boo. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm just sharing. Sharing is caring. Be a friend. All right. That's what I'm doing. But let's talk about the fabric haul. So what I did is I filmed the actual fabric haul. I recorded the video, edit the video, create the thumbnail, and scheduled for posting Monday. Okay. Monday. That's the 10th. And I posted the video the 11th. Now, you may think of it like, how did you get that done all in one day? Like I said before, my Monday's videos are recorded Monday morning, intro and outro. I came back home after work, recorded the actual fabric portion of it, same clothes and everything. That's why you still seen a black shirt on, right? And then I edited after my kids went to bed at 8:30. Days that I have some filming to do, I normally do not sew. So normally on Mondays, depending on if I have my video done for Tuesday, I normally do not sew. I kind of sew on the days I don't have any filming or recording to do. All right, just to let you know how I do that. So this video, okay, today is Tuesday. I know I'm gonna post this Thursday or whatever. So this video, the title of this video is From Inspiration to Execution, How I Plan and Organize My Sewing Projects, right? That's the title of this video, right? So on my agenda, it tells me to record this video on the 11th, which today is the 11th, Tuesday. I'm doing that, right? So I'm going to record the video. I'm going to create the thumbnail, but I'm going to wait until Wednesday. Now, remind you, I'm recording this on Tuesday, the 11th. So tomorrow, the 12th, because I'm saying this in real time, right? The 12th, which is Wednesday, I will edit the video. I will put in any type of photos or anything that I need to, edit it and everything, and make sure I schedule for posting Wednesday the 12th to post Thursday the 13th. Now, when you're seeing this, it is the 13th. So I already did all of this, all right? So let's move over to my video Sunday. Now, I'm not going to tell you the actual title of this video on Sunday. And the reason why I'm not telling you the title is because I want you to be surprised, okay? But I kind of will allude to what it will be. So it will be behind the scenes of something, all right? So what I will be doing is this video will post Sunday, right? And in posting this video Sunday, I will record the actual video on the 14th. So the 14th is actually Friday, right? So I will record the video Friday and create the thumbnail, right? Now, when I say record the video, I'm not talking about just recording the intro and the outro. I will record the entire video for this one on Friday. I will create the thumbnail Friday as well. You know, basically have my daughter run outside with me in the morning before we leave for school, and she will take a photo, okay? From there, I will edit the video on the 15th, which is Saturday, and schedule it to post on Sunday, right? So now that I have all my videos done for the week, what can I do now on Saturday and Sunday? Normally, I do a lot of sewing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then midweek, like on a Thursday or something like that, if I don't have nothing going on. So I normally sew on those times, and then let's just say, for instance, speeding it up a little bit, just to give you a little bit, right? So So let's say, for instance, that I want to sew. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm sewing, because this is nothing that you guys haven't already heard me say. Like, this fabric right here is for a button-down shirt. It's almost done. I just need to put the sleeves on it, right? So the pattern that I'm talking about is Simplicity 9707. It's part of my spring wardrobe series, right? So how do I plan on how I'm going to sew this together, right? So the first thing I do is I look at the instructions. Now, granted, I have sewn many button-down shirts, so I know it will only need like really 2 days, right? So what I will look at is, one day I'm going to do the shell of the top. What that means is the front, the back, the yoke, the little patch pocket at the top, and that's it. And put on the collar. Put on the collar. That is my first day of sewing, right? I normally plan out about an hour, hour and a half. Now, I don't need to sew in 30 anymore because my son is much older than when I was doing sew in 30. Brittany J. Jones created the sew in 30 or whatever. If you don't know, go to Brittany J. Jones channel. She has been doing it for years, okay? So now when I sew, I try to plan an hour to an hour and a half after my kids go to bed. What that looks like is normally 8:30 to 10 p.m. of sewing, okay? And when I get to sewing, listen, my sewing is at the sewing machine. It's not cutting no fabric. It's not picking no patterns. No, 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 no. When I say that I am sewing, it's the sewing machine for an hour and a half, okay? When I am sewing, I normally ignore all phone well, not necessarily ignore phone conversations, but if I'm not already on the phone talking, you're ignored until I'm done sewing, because a lot of the times, you know, it's kind of like, who wants to hear a sewing machine in the background if you're not a sewist or a serger? So I literally turn on my TV over here, right? On Netflix or YouTube. If I'm trying to catch up on YouTube videos of sewists that I follow, I will go ahead and put my TV on over here and watch it while I'm at the sewing table or at the sewing machine. That's normally what I do, all right? So the first day, sew the shell. The second day, the only thing I need to do is add the sleeves and the cuffs, buttons, buttonholes. That's it. And hem. That's it. So literally, if you plan according to what your instruction says, be like, oh, I don't have an hour and a half. I only have, 45 minutes to sew this top together. What I would do is break it down into 3 days. Can I get the shell done? Could I get the collar done? Then I'm going to do the button. That's how you have to break down your project, because I remember when I did not have an hour and a half to sit. I only had like 30 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes in the afternoon, or what have you, right? And what I would normally do is cut the pattern in the morning, 30 minutes, done. 45 minutes at night, what I used to do is do the body structure, how much I could get done in 45 minutes. Then the next day, another 45 minutes. And then you guys thought that I was doing all of this in one day. No, 2 to 3 days normally, because I work full time. I'm a full-time mom. I still got to cook for my kids. I still got to do homework for my kids. So you have to utilize your time the best way possible. All right. So I hope this video helped you, everyone that have requested this video and asked me to share how I get these things done, being a wife, a mom, working 40 hours a week, having to do schoolwork with my kids and stuff like that. How do I get all of these things done? I'm going to tell you, planning, okay? I am a pencil and paper type of girl. So I plan pretty much everything that I do. My whole life is like a calendar, right? Give me a calendar invite and I'll show up, right? But yeah, so it's a lot of planning on my part. I plan so much in advance for sure of things that I want to execute. I don't beat myself up if I don't get to execute it on the day I want to execute, but I always have what is called a backup plan. So like, say for instance, one last tip, and I'm going to let you go, I promise. One last tip is like my Tuesday videos. It's normally a weekly plans video. Say for instance that I really don't have no plans. I have a backup video, so for those of you that are content creators and you want to really put something together for your content for, say for instance, you normally post videos on a Tuesday and a Sunday. and it's Tuesday and you don't know what to post and you're like, well, I don't really have no plans this week. Have a backup plan. Did you just buy some fabric? Did you just buy some patterns? Have a backup. So every video that I want to do, I have a primary video and a backup video, to where if I don't actually have any plans because either fabric did not come in or I'm still working on the plans that I said I was going to do last week, guess what? It's what you call utilize your backup video. Utilize your backup video. What's wrong with that? It's still content, number one. And number two, you still getting a video out that you want to put out. So I have literally a board that you don't see behind this camera. You know, it's a dry erase board where I put a lot of my ideas. It's what I like to call a brain dump board. Like literally my brain is going all the time with sewing, even at work. I will literally utilize my 5-subject notebook and write it down. Write it down. Anytime you have an idea you want to do, write it down. Reason being is because by the time you go to something else and come back to it, you be like, dog, I did not write that down. Why? You know what I mean? So that's the tips that I'm going to give you today. I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I gave you some insight to how I plan my sewing projects. I hope some of these tips that I gave you, you can utilize in your sewing projects as well to get more projects done throughout the year if you choose to. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe since you made it this far. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video, and as always,
too many, I'm going too crazy, and I got bad ones and they ready. A good time, so now it's in the whip we left at. Can't remember anything, but I know we got lit.